KMT's Fight Dictatorship rally faces allegations of illegal labor recruitment. Taiwanese student fined for aloe vera mask at Dutch customs. Taiwan named world's cheapest travel destination by NerdWallet. Massive explosion at Iranian port. China sends Boeing planes back to US over tariffs. Belgian teens arrested with 5,000 smuggled ants in Kenya. China to lend moon rocks to NASA-funded US universities. Rare first editions of Shakespeare's plays could fetch $6 million at auction.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is Monday, April 28th, Paid Forward Day, and here are your top stories. In local news, the Kuomintang held a Fight Dictatorship rally on April 26th at Kaidagelan Boulevard, claiming 250,000 attendees. However, some Vietnamese men wearing KMT legislator Deng Zhenqian's hat were seen at the event, leading to allegations of illegal labor recruitment. Zhen later clarified that the hats were provided due to rain, and some attendees were foreign spouses or second-generation ROC citizens. A Taiwanese exchange student was fined 150 euros by Dutch customs for carrying facial masks containing aloe vera, which violated entry regulations. The incident highlighted increasing global scrutiny on items brought across borders. NerdWallet recently ranked Taiwan as the world's cheapest travel destination. The report praised Taiwan's affordable meals, convenient transportation, and the diverse attractions. Minister of Transportation Chen Sikai highlighted Taiwan's travel values, inviting global tourists to experience its unique charm, including popular sites like Taipei 101 and the local night markets. And in global news, a massive explosion and fire rocked a port in southern Iran on Saturday, reportedly linked to a shipment of a chemical ingredient used to make missile propellant, killing at least 25 people and injuring more than 800 others. Helicopters dropped water from the air onto the raging fire for hours after the initial blast, which occurred at the Shahid Raja'i port just as Iran and the United States were meeting in Oman for the third rounds of negotiations over Tehran's rapidly advanced nuclear program.
No one in Iran outright suggested that the explosion came from an attack. However, even Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, who led the talks, acknowledged on Wednesday that our security services are on high alert given past instances of attempted sabotage and assassination operations designed to provoke a legitimate response. Iranian Interior Minister Eskander Momeni gave the casualty figure in an interview on state television. But there were few details on what sparked the blaze just outside Bandar Abbas, which burned into Saturday night, causing other containers to reportedly explode.
CEO of Boeing, Kelly Ortberg, said China has sent back planes it ordered from the U.S. in its latest retaliation over Trump tariffs. He said 2 planes had already been returned and another would follow after trade tensions between the two countries escalated. Boeing's chief executive told CNBC that more than 50 planes were due to go to China this year, but their customers had indicated they would not take deliveries of them. The U.S. imposed 145% tariffs on imports from China, and China hit back with a 125% tax on U.S. products.
Speaking in the Oval Office, Trump said he was optimistic about improving trade relations with China, saying the level of tariffs he had imposed would come down substantially, but it won't be zero. However, Mr. Ortberg said China has in fact stopped taking delivery of aircraft because of the tariff environment. Mr. Ortberg said Boeing was assessing options to remarket 41 of the already built planes to other customers, as there was high demand from other airlines. He said there were 9 planes not yet in Boeing's production system and he wanted to understand their intentions, and if necessary we can assign them to other customers. He added Boeing was not going to continue to build aircraft for customers who will not take them.
Two Belgian teenagers who were found with thousands of ants valued at $9,200 and allegedly destined for European and Asian markets will be sentenced in 2 weeks. A magistrate sitting at the court in Kenya's main airport said she would not rush the case but would take time to review environmental impacts and psychological reports filed in court before passing sentence on May 7th. The Belgian nationals, both 19-year-old, were arrested on April 5th with 5,000 ants at a guest house.
They were charged with violating wildlife conservation laws. The teens said they didn't know that keeping the ants was illegal and were just having fun. The Kenya Wildlife Service said the case represented a shift in trafficking trends, from iconic large mammals to lesser-known yet ecologically critical species. Kenya has in the past fought against the trafficking of body parts of larger wild animals such as elephants, rhinos, and pangolins, among others. The Belgian teens had entered the country on a tourist visa and were staying in a guest house in the western town of Naivasha, popular among tourists for its animal parks and lakes. The 5,400 ants found with the two teenagers are valued at 1.2 million Kenyan shillings, $9,200.
China's National Space Agency said Thursday that it would let scientists from the U.S. and allied countries analyze rocks it retrieved from the moon. The announcement highlighted how U.S.-China cooperations in some areas, like space, has not completely ended despite tensions between the two countries over geopolitics and tariffs. China's subsequent uncrewed Chang'e 6 mission, completed in June last year, made it the first country to bring back rocks from the side of the moon facing away from Earth.
Two U.S. universities that receive NASA funding, Brown University and the State University of New York at Stony Brook, are among the 7 institutions that have been allowed to borrow lunar samples China retrieved from the moon in 2020. The remaining authorized institutions are from Japan, France, Germany, Britain, and Pakistan. With its uncrewed Chang'e 5 mission in 2020, China became only the 3rd country to collect rocks from the lunar surface, joining the Soviet Union and the United States, which last went to the moon and retrieved samples in 1972. Beijing hopes to use its space prowess to forge closer political ties with both close partners and U.S. allies.
A set of the first 4 editions of William Shakespeare's collected work is expected to sell for up to $6 million at auction next month. Sotheby's auction house announced the sale on Wednesday, Shakespeare's 461st birthday. It said the May 23rd sale will be the first time since 1989 that a set of first, second, third, and fourth folios have been offered at auction as a single lot. The auction house estimates the sale price at between £3.5 million and £4.5 million.
After Shakespeare's death in 1616, his friends John Hemmings and Henry Condell, actors and shareholders in The King's Men, collected his plays into a single volume. The first folio, fully titled Mr. William Shakespeare's Comedies, Histories and Tragedies, contained 36 plays, half of which were published for the first time. Without it, scholars say plays like Macbeth, The Tempest, and Twelfth Night might have been lost. Sotheby's called the volume, without question, the most significant publication in the history of English literature. About 750 copies were printed in 1623, of which about 230 are known to survive. Most are held in museums, universities, or libraries. One of the few privately owned first folios sold for $9.9 million at auction in 2020.
The answer for last week was A, downgrade. The company had to downgrade its revenue projections due to the economic slowdown. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into today's news. China sends Boeing planes back to the U.S. over tariffs. Number 1, retaliation, 报复. The company faced retaliation after firing the employee. Number 2, escalate, 升级恶化. The argument quickly escalated into a full-blown fight. Number 3, assess, 评估. We need to assess the damage before making any repairs. Next, we have a multiple-choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comments section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. Paying it forward is what happens when something wonderful happens to you on the part of a stranger, and all they ask for in return is for you to pay it forward, to do something for someone when they need it in the future. Today, over 80 countries are participating in this project, and there is a drive to reach over 10 million acts of kindness around the world. And that's all for today's Funday news. Be Be sure to tune into Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Wei Li, your host. I'll see you next time.